So it's been quite a while since I found a camp spot that I was really stoked about. Since I've been on the Dempster so long, and there's really not that many places to go off the Dempster Highway because of the way the road's made, I haven't been able to find really nice spots. And then since then, the last couple of nights, I just haven't been in an area where I could find them easily. So I'm on Taylor Highway, which is in eastern Alaska, and it's on the northern border crossing near the top of the World Highway. And this road is the one that leads to north to Eagle. And that's the end of the road when it comes to this point of Alaska. I'm heading south now and going to Chicken. But on my way back last night, I started to look at some spots. And how I find them normally is, well, one, I look and see where I'm at on the map and see if there's any areas that are like national parks or anywhere that I'm not supposed to be staying. And then I also look for, private property, no trespassing signs. So on the way to Eagle, I saw this one that I really liked, but there was somebody, I could see way in the distance with my binoculars that somebody was already up there. And it looked like an ATV trail, but luckily I drive a Jeep Cherokee and it's got a very narrow wheelbase, so I can take ATV trails, and I have often, if there's no sign that says that nothing more than X amount of pounds can be on this trail. So I got to that area yesterday because I was in a position where I could camp, and a tenth of a mile from that, on the hill that goes up to that same area, I noticed two signs that said no trespassing and that it was owned by, a certain company or individual. And up above that area was where I wanted to be. So I went to the trailhead and looked, and there's no signs about no trespassing or anything there. I didn't want to take the chance. I didn't know where the boundary line was, and it was weird where those signs were placed, because unless you're looking for them, you weren't going to find them, and they were nowhere near the trailhead for that ATV trail. So I decided not to do it. I found another spot that I wanted to attempt. Usually I just drive into areas unknown. I don't, a lot of times they're just too far to walk, so I'll see a cool trail that goes up a mountain or around the mountain or a hill or something, and then just start driving on it. I've had to back out of some pretty weird places. But then I found another one. This one had two posts and two wooden placards on it, but there was nothing stapled to them, nothing written on them. They were pretty old. Now, they were on both sides of that trail. Now, they could have said no hunting, no shooting, or something like that, but again, I wasn't sure. It very well could have been no trespassing, private property signs. I decided to nix that one. So now I'm getting towards the end of this part of the Taylor Highway, and I'm starting to think I'm going to be parking on the side of the road. But I come across another, I look in the distance, and I see at a very high point a trail that goes up. And the brush that's along the side, along with the few trees, I don't know, it's about 4, maybe 5 feet high in some areas. So I start at the beginning of it. There's no signs anywhere, and I just fit. Now, I've got a ton of trail rash on this thing. I was just looking, and I think it might have ripped even some of my decals on my windows, because that brush had either thorns on it or it was just really stiff. The scraping would have annoyed some friends that I have if they would have heard that on their vehicle. It was actually, they even pushed back my right mirror. So I go up, and luckily I'm at 20 psi, and not quite as low as I would have liked to have been for some of these huge jagged rocks that I saw, but I made it over or around without an issue. And I got to a point where it got a little steep, but I was pretty sure I could make it. I got out, I walked, I looked at it real quick, and then went up to the top, and I made it. So up there wasn't a whole lot of room to turn around, but I decided that was home. That's where I wanted to be. Had incredible 360-degree views, as you'll see in the drone footage, and just a really nice night. It wasn't really cold in this area. It might have got down into the low 40s, maybe high 30s, and this morning was very comfortable. I actually made coffee out the back of my hatch rather than inside. So just a really enjoyable night. Beautiful sunset. No northern lights, unfortunately. It was mostly cloudy, but I still had some clear sky looking at the north, but there was nothing out there. And just worked out really well. Now, I wasn't exactly level. I was tilted where I ended up being, even though I tried to level it with some rocks. But with my foam mattress, you sink enough into that even when you're on unlevel ground, it keeps you put. I didn't even know that I was on unlevel ground when I was sleeping. So, really nice night. This video is out of sequence, I know that, but I need to unload some video off my phone. And like I said, it's been a long time since I've been able to post drone footage, and a really nice camp spot that I've been at, so I'm going to throw this one out there, and hope you enjoy it.